Good evening. Happy September the 8th, Tuesday. Happy back to school day, folks.
First day of school.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. First
Some.
day. Maybe the last day. Check the news in the morning. Well, some kids haven't gone back yet, but that's what's going on. So, I really like our background today. I like it. Might stay, but anything green on the... I had to make sure I had a non-green background, folks, because I'm using a green screen. So, we have a great show for you tonight because we're doing Potluck. So, if you have something that you need heated up, we'll heat it up in our microwave. We will cook it. All three of us will cook it because we are chefs at cooking up potluck stuff. So, yeah, we're going to dive into some stuff. But first, we're going to do the news. First up, this is a hack, folks. This isn't news. This is a hack. McDonald's fan shares amazing milkshake hat. Hack, not hat. And even the staff approve of it. So what you do is if you like those Starbucks Frappuccinos and all those fancy $12 drinks at Starbucks, what you can do is you buy a McDonald's milkshake and you buy a shot of espresso and you mix it in. And boom, you save yourself probably, what, $8 maybe? If it's 12? I don't know. Those Frappuccinos maybe not 12, but they will be soon with COVID. Everything's going up in price. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So you know what? That might be worth trying. Putting a shot of McDonald's espresso in a milkshake, and yeah, that might be a good hack. So there you go, all you drive-through people. Amazon bans foreign seed sales in U.S. after thousands receive mysterious packages from China. They're starting to seed. They're sending their seeds. They're spreading their seeds. China's spreading. Don't order any seeds. And it's funny because we have the Human Initiative Program. Africa does not have access to Amazon, the selling company, not the Amazon River or the forest.
The river?
No, the selling thing. So, but they do have a site called Jamai. Africa has Jamai, which is like kind of a cheaper version of Amazon. So I've been looking on there, and the other day I was actually Googling up seeds. So now it's got me thinking they could be bringing in Chinese seeds too. You could be growing like really weird kind of COVID stuff, maybe. That's how. Don't buy any seeds. Well, you don't know, right? You know.
Stay away from the seeds.
Don't import any bats.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's great, man. This one is good. This one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what David Blaine did a couple of weeks ago, but he flew 25,000 feet in the air with balloons. Holding on to balloons going up in the air. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. Some kid did that last week. That's no big feat, right? Didn't she take off with a... Oh, no, it was a kite.
Yeah, that was it. It was a kite.
Sorry.
Yeah, we featured that on the news. But no, he did. He did this stunt. I remember seeing it on the Joe Rogan show. He talked about doing it. And he carried a parachute under here. And when he got so high, he was going to take the parachute out and actually put it on way up there, holding on to these balloons, and then when he got to 25,000 feet, he was going to let go of the balloons and free fall, and then pop the chute. And I guess he made it. But this guy, pilots report seeing guy in a pack jet or a jet pack. That's my dyslexic kicking in. I can't even say dyslexia right because I say that backwards. Dyslexic. I can't even say dyslexia right because I have dyslexia. Is it
dyslexia?
If I say dyslexia, the Google thing starts. So he was in his jetpack, 3,000 feet above Los Angeles, and planes apparently could see him. They saw two different guys in jetpacks. That's freaking
guys.
No, yeah. So the FBI is investigating following the sighting from two pilots on separate flights Oh no, two separate pilot. Yeah, two separate pilots. So it's one guy. It's one guy in a jetpack. Good for him. Maybe that's David Blaine. Maybe he hasn't come down yet. Maybe.
You can't get the parachute on.
Yeah. This is good because I can tell you a story about this after. Pythons crash land into man's kitchen after fighting over mate. So I don't think the guy was fighting over his mate. I think the snake was fighting over his mate. The snakes were fighting, and then it fell through the roof. You could see in the picture it came through the drop ceiling. Well, when I was a teenager, I used to sleep in the basement, and we had a drop ceiling, and we had a cat that liked to crawl up in the ceiling. And I remember one of the things I loved doing was when I went to bed, I had my stereo and everything like that. I would decide on what I'd play records, and then the last album, I'd have to decide on what the last album was going to be, on what side it was going to be. I would get into bed, put the headphones on, and just go to sleep listening to that last side of an album. And then I would go to take the headphones off, fall asleep. I was just about at the end of the album, and the freaking cat was walking through above my head on those stapled up tiles, and when it got above my head, it fell through the ceiling right on top of me, and it could have been the house falling down. I had no idea what it was until I took the headphones off. I didn't know. The tiles fell on me. Oh man, that probably messed. That's probably why I am like I am now. Probably. But yeah, that's great when you see these news stories and you can really relate to them. Like I know what this guy went through. Japan, more Asian news. Japan, see-through public toilets open in Tokyo parks. Now, they are.
Is that done on purpose?
Well, listen, this is the headline, right? So see-through toilets. So everyone's going to think, oh, they're going to see me taking a leak in there. No. Because when you go in them, they go opaque. So no one can see you, but you can still see out. But this allows you to see in to make sure there's no one in there.
Right, I get it.
I mean, hey, you could put a vacant sign, but hey, why not do something easier and make the whole freaking room see-through? Remember the old days when you'd see a little green thing that said vacant? Oh, I can go in here. And then you find out some idiot didn't lock the door. So maybe this is solving that problem. Yeah, you don't have to worry now. You can have a good look in there. And the thing is, if you can see in it, you know damn well there's no one in there because if someone goes in, it goes opaque. So yeah, freaking Japanese are way ahead of us.
Genius.
Yeah, way ahead. This is what it actually looks like. Is another picture of it, but you can see it apparently. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really tell much. Silly picture. And to finish things off here, Lego piece falls from boy's nose after being stuck for 2 years. You know when you lose your keys and you look and you look and you look, and then you finally find them. You imagine not having that piece? That's probably, if that was my Lego set, that would be a very critical piece of Lego. And I would be so pissed that it was under my nose the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe it.
2 years.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what piece that is.
Well, that's a good question. It looks like the foot of a big bird. Like that's what I'm getting. I'm getting Big Bird's foot.
I don't know if they make big.
I don't know what that
Lego,
is, but it looks like. Yeah, I couldn't make out that part, but there's nothing. I can honestly say I've never had a piece of Lego up my nose before.
No, I can't say I have.
That
when I was a kid, a friend of mine stuck a Tic Tac up his nose.
Oh yeah.
I had to go to the hospital and get that out.
You think you get that out though?
No, we tried, and it just kept going up further. So.
It could have been a gerbil. Could have been a gerbil. Could have been a gerbil. Yeah. What was that movie? Officer and a Gerbil. Was Officer and a Gerbil? So, folks, that's a lot of news tonight, and Lego gets a shout out. This is a free advertisement for Lego, and that's why Now this kid, I wonder how old. 7. Okay, hold on a minute here. This kid's 7 years old, and doesn't Lego say kids 3 years and under? Be careful. There's pieces smaller.
I don't know.
So
what the age is.
maybe we have to raise it to 5
Apparently,
for the Trump supporters, kids.
the Big Bird sets anyway.
Well, we also have to write on McDonald's coffee cups that coffee is hot.
Yeah, unless you put
So-
it in your milkshake.
Yeah.
Unless you put it in your milkshake, you could put the espresso in. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the
Boy.
news for today. And now let's bring in the gang. And this weekend, music's coming right up.
Hey, everybody.
That was see that segue there into this week in music. We're getting good at this.
We are?
Because sometimes we
Because I didn't hit the this week in music.
No,
Take
not yet.
applause.
No, that was just a segue in. And right after this, like we had commercials. If people could pay us money, we could give you people commercials. Or we just make up. Well, we've done Lego, we've done McDonald's.
Okay, so we should be getting money.
The Japanese.
Where's the money? Show me the money.
That's right. I call him Tim. Get on to McDonald's tomorrow.
Yeah,
You got
we
it,
gotta
man.
get some sponsorship happening.
Yeah.
We're already plugging these people.
You're marketing.
Yeah, you're marketing now, Tim. Get on that.
So
Let's move on.
this week in music, folks. Let's do it. Let's
we
get
go.
into it. Let's get this so we don't forget.
Music. All right. And yeah, we don't have to pay royalties for that because I refuse to.
Yeah, he's out of luck. We'll take it down. I'll do my own.
All right. Well, we actually have extra this week in music because we missed last week in music. So we got this 2 weeks in music. We got lots of stuff happening
A
here.
fortnight of music.
Yeah. Check it out. Where do I start here? Let's see.
2 weeks ago.
1977. 3 people were arrested in Memphis after trying to steal Elvis's body. And that's as a result, his remains would be moved to Graceland, where his final rested. Okay, what kind of a fan do you have to be to say, "Hey, I got an idea"?
I'm trying to think of an Elvis song that'd go with this, and I can't think.
I don't know, but that's just crazy. Let's steal his body. Oh boy. Okay, last week in 1984, Canada's 24-hour music station, Much Music, first one on the air. The first video they ever played was "The Enemy Within" by Rush.
Wow.
Original VJs included Michael Williams, Erica M., Christopher Ward, Tony Young, and Steve Anthony. Remember those guys?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Where are they now?
Steve
don't-
Anthony's got a beautiful bed and breakfast in Prince Edward County.
Does he?
Freaking gorgeous. Oh yeah, stunning.
You been there?
I wish. It's like 700.
It's more
bucks
than
for
$50.
the,
He hasn't been there.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why
There's no
having
Havanette motel in Prince Edward County.
Just sleep in the driveway for a night and take pictures.
Say you've been there. Hey, just like I say I've been to Brian Adams' house. I was in his driveway. Let's see. August 31st in 1985. This record. Can we see it? Can't see it.
Yep.
Can you see it? Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. Spent 9 weeks at number 1 on the charts.
Wow.
Yeah, it also topped the charts in 25 other countries and went on to sell over 20 million copies. Also, it was the first digital recording.
I
All
knew.
digital recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it was also the first CD to sell over 1 million copies.
Hmm.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
album. Absolutely.
Really
great album.
good. Remember,
And
they
also-
always played it Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
That's like the song.
Yeah.
A lot of radio stations will play that at 11 o'clock.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Last week, August 27th, 1990, we lost Stevie Ray Vaughan when he was killed in a helicopter crash. Let's see here. It hit a man-made ski slope while trying to navigate through the dense fog. Vaughan had just played a show at Alpine Valley Music Theater in Wisconsin with Robert Cray and Eric Clapton. Vaughan was informed by a member of Clapton's crew that there were 3 seats open on the helicopter returning to Chicago. It turned out there was only 1 seat. Vaughan requested it from his brother, who obliged. Ouch. I did not know that.
Now, is that the brother that plays guitar?
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Vaughan.
Wow.
Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, take my seat, Stevie. Yeah,
Jesus.
imagine living with that. I remember that day. I remember hearing it on the radio.
Yeah.
Crazy. That was just when I was starting to play guitar, actually. and I was right into Stevie Ray and learning some of his stuff.
Maybe his spirit went right into you.
I don't think so. Let's see. Last week in 1991, this was released. Can we see it? Can you even see it? I don't even know which way it goes.
I like this. He's trying to guess. Is it Atlanta
Yeah,
Miles?
that's what it is. No. It's Pearl Jam.
Oh, Pearl Jam.
Their debut album, 10, was released.
Ah, okay.
Their most commercially successful album sold over 13 million copies, including the singles Alive, Even Flow, and Jeremy. And if you want to hear those songs, played by a great tribute.
Here's the commercial.
Lightning Bolt.
Freaking hell. This show is brought to you by Lightning Bolt.
That was good.
Yeah.
I threw that
Tim,
in
make sure you get money off these guys.
Yeah. Simon,
Where's the money? Who's the guy?
Simon watching? Yeah, okay.
Simon's
He'll
watching.
pay.
Also in 1991 last week, Metallica. Can we see this one? It's all black. This is like a Spinal Tap here. Metallica's famous album was released.
Can it get more black?
None more black.
What's the color when
4
black
weeks
is
to number
burnt?
one. What's that?
What is the color when black is burnt?
What is the color? Is this a riddle?
No, it's a lyric. Who wrote that?
I have no idea.
What is the color when black is burnt? Neil Young, I Am a Child. There you go.
Okay, yeah. More black. None more black.
What is
My
the
God.
color when black is burnt?
Let's see here. 1993, August 28th. Billy Joel started a 3-week run on the album chart with River of Dreams. Anybody remember this album?
Did he start
Neither
the
do
fire?
I.
You know why he started a run? Because he lost his license.
Brother. Anyway,
He
Billy
smashed
Joel
his
claimed
car
that
up.
most of the music from the album came to him in his sleep, hence the title River of Dreams. His wife at the time, Christy Brinkley, painted the album cover, and the album was later voted worst album cover of the year.
Yeah, that's when
I don't have this album. I don't remember this album, but I should Google it and have a look at it.
She was Billy's Yoko Ono.
Guess so. Are they? They're not still together, are they? I don't
Yoko?
think so.
I don't
Oh
think so.
no!
not
You said you.
Christy Brinkley, Billy Joel.
No! He kept smashing the car up.
That's right. Yeah. Let's see what else
And
we
of
got.
course,
Oh,
his daughter got his genes and not her
Right.
mom's. Oh, poor girl.
poor girl.
But she can play a
Let's
mean
see.
piano.
August 28th, 2012. Celebrity Net Worth named Ringo Starr the world's richest drummer with an estimated worth of $300 million. Phil Collins was ranked second at $250 million. Former Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl was third with $225 million.
Wow.
The Eagles' Don Henley came in fourth with $200 million, and Metallica's Lars Ulrich was fifth with $175 million. And also making the top 10 were U2's Larry Mullen and the Rolling Stones' Charlie Watts. Will Greco and Ed Brispoli did not make the list.
But they're on the list. They
They're
would be on the
somewhere. Okay,
list.
they're on the
Remember,
list, but
you're
I
always
scrolled,
on the
I
list.
Scrolled, and I just could not.
Do you remember that great? I don't know if it's a true quote, but when they said to someone asked, apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, but I just love this. When someone's apparently asked John Lennon,
He's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
Is Ringo Starr the best drummer in the world? He goes, he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if it's true, but it's just so funny.
Yeah, well, what the hell, right?
Yep. Best gig in the world.
Totally. They made it work, right?
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay, this is the last one for last week, and then I've got some for this week. Okay,
And we'll be up next week right after this commercial.
that's right. If you're getting
From Lightning
confused
Bolt.
here, we're doing a time traveling thing here. In August 2013, theaters across the U.S. and the U.K. were handing out earplugs to parents taking their kids to see the One Direction movie.
Oh, my God.
It was called One Direction, This Is Us in 3D. Earplugs were handed out so parents could tolerate high levels of screaming during the performance of the show. Humans are capable of screaming as loud as 120 decibels, which is roughly the same as standing next to a running chainsaw. Let's be honest.
It probably did sound like a freaking running chainsaw.
Those earplugs were not handed out for the screaming. They were handed out so the parents wouldn't have to.
You got the album, right?
Enjoy the music. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I have, yeah,
Hey!
right here. No, that is one I don't have. Okay, now, this week in music history, September 4th, 1962, the Beatles' first formal recording session at Abbey Road Studios took place.
Wow.
George Martin was unhappy with the previous session they did on June 6th, called them back into the studio to try again, and they recorded 6 songs, including Love Me Do and Please Please Me. And on September 7th, 1968, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham made their live debut as the New Yardbirds. Before they were Led Zeppelin at a teen club outside of Copenhagen, Denmark. Around 1,200 youngsters attended the show at, I can't pronounce it, some school, but I can't pronounce the name. I'm not even going to try. The teen club president introduced the New Yardbirds on stage and introduced Robert Platt as the new
Could have been his shirt.
Who knows? And a local review stated their performance and music were absolutely flawless, and the music continued to ring nicely in the ears for some time after the curtains were drawn.
And no earplugs were needed for the parents.
No earplugs needed. That's right. Also, September 7th, 1978. Was that yesterday? Keith Moon, drummer of The Who, died of an overdose of drugs prescribed to combat alcoholism. Yeah, makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, right?
Hey, listen, you want to get off? You want to stop drinking? Take these drugs.
Yeah.
Well, we'll deal with the drugs later, but
yeah, a postmortem confirmed there were 32 tablets in his system, 26 of which were undissolved.
Wow.
Moon he attended a party the night before, organized by Paul McCartney for the launch of the Buddy Holly story movie. Yeah. So if you want to quit drinking,
don't take all the pills at once.
Don't do that. No good. Let's see. Here we go. September 4th, 1982. We have, let's see here. I'll give you a hint.
No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got.
Eye of the Tiger was number 1 by Survivor from the Rocky III soundtrack. I know, Mark, those are your favorite movies.
I love Rocky.
Oh, great movies. I love them. And I especially love Rocky III because, of course, you have Mr. T. Oh, g'day from Australia. Hey, Wade. How you doing, buddy? Let's see. Survivor won the Grammy Award for Best Rock Performance that year for Eye of the Tiger. And I think that's all that Survivor's ever done, as far as I know. I can't remember anything else they've done.
That's good. They're one-hit wonder then.
I guess so.
Maybe someone can Google that.
Yeah, get on that, somebody. September 5th,
in the audience.
Aerosmith scored their first #1 single with the Diane Warren song "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing," song which was featured in the 1998 film Armageddon. It was their first #1 single after 28 years together.
Who did they say wrote that song?
Diane Warren, it says here.
Oh, I thought it was a guy who wrote that song. That's funny.
Maybe the guy's name is Diane. I have no idea.
Yeah, but maybe he switched it.
Hard to believe that Aerosmith never had a #1 song after all those years. Who knew?
Well, some bands didn't have a lot of #1 songs.
Well, I guess a lot of
rock.
Bands. Some bands didn't even release singles back then. I mean,
like
Led
they
Zeppelin
just
never
talked
released
about.
singles.
Well, actually, the big news is Metallica's new album outdoing Katy Perry's new album on the release this week.
Really?
It sold 50,000 or 60,000 copies on the first day. And it beat out Katy Perry's, which is very rare. Mm-hmm. But then I heard them go on and say that Metallica also released numerous versions of the album.
Oh, really?
So then I thought, okay, now you got all these nutty Metallica fans buying all
up every
5 of them because they want to have every one.
Yep.
Right? Like I know a guy who has all of that Zeppelin ones.
Mm-hmm. I know that guy too.
He's waiting for Amazon to bring all the Metallica ones as we speak. It's like, you asshole.
I remember AC/DC did that with their Black Ice record. They had, 3 or 4 different covers or something. They're all different.
That's sneaky.
I only have one of those.
It's sneaky shit. Not today's world. It is.
It
the
is.
collectors want it, right?
And then they will spend the money.
And one guy's buying 4 albums instead of 1.
It's true. Yeah, 4 times the profits.
Yeah.
In 2007, a new study revealed that rock stars were twice as likely to die early than the rest of us. Now, when I say the rest of us,
you're a rock star. What are you talking about? You gotta be Mark. You got to be careful, buddy. After reading that, you got to be careful.
Said the problem was so bad that the industry should be labeled as a high-risk profession. So we're at high risk.
Ask Keith Moon.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable. Look at that. I'm gonna up my insurance policy. September 4th, 2008, the first guitar torched on stage by Jimi Hendrix. Sold in London, England for £280,000. What would that be our money? I have no idea.
280?
Double it roughly?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what the pound's like right now, but it might be.
For a torched guitar. The Fender Strat was burned at the end of a show at the Astoria in Finsbury Park in 1967. So you're getting a pile of rubble, basically, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to set mine on fire after this.
And then put it up for auction.
Yeah, marketplace.
Let's see here. September 3rd, 2009. Oh, friends and family of Michael Jackson paid their last respects to the singer at a funeral held in Los Angeles. The singer's family arrived in a motorcade of 31 vehicles, and Jackson's brothers, and we all know them now, right? Randy, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon all acted as pallbearers carrying Jackson's gold-plated coffin. I'm surprised he didn't have that kiss casket. That would have been pretty cool.
I'm surprised he wasn't knocking on it. All of a sudden, Thriller starts up.
And they all bust out dancing. Awesome. Oh, jeez. September 3rd, 2010. This is horrible. It makes me laugh.
We should start a funeral home. We'd be fucking great at it. So what do you guys want? What are you thinking of doing? We got some great deals.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I gotta try and get through this one without laughing. I don't like to be disrespectful.
See, I'm getting. I'm thinking. I'm thinking a fish tank one now.
A fish tank. Okay.
Coffin. Well, you know how you have the little thing in the bottom, and you have how some people you can buy an actual skeleton for your fish tank, right? You worked at an aquarium store. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Now the person can be part of the aquarium. You just got to wait a little longer, but sooner or later you go, holy shit, look at Granddad. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little red-tailed shark right through his eye.
If you could figure out the logistics of that, I am so on board.
Done.
That would be great.
Done.
That would be great.
We're starting it up. Comedy, Chords, and Coffins. Here we go.
We're going to go visit Grandpa. Get the fish food.
And then you bring him home and you get a freaking 100-gallon tank right in the living room.
There you go. Hang on, I got to go feed Grandpa on the fish.
Oh my
good
God.
Lord. He's looking well today. For the first while, you wouldn't have to feed the fish, right? They would just feed off of Grandpa.
Go on, Gramps. Yeah.
Right? Well, he's just skeleton. Right?
And you could if you don't have a lot of, how much money you got for the funeral? Well, we don't have a lot. We can't stay long. We'll put piranhas in.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like a cremation.
You want to get it over with quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
There's all kinds of options. All right, let's get on with this here. 2010, September 3rd. Mike Edwards, founding member of ELO, was killed in a freak accident. I'm sorry, I'm going to laugh.
We're getting all the dead guys. Sweet Tooth's really rough.
I'm sorry. He was killed in a freak accident in South England when a 1,300-pound bale of hay tumbled down a hill, smashed through a hedge, and onto the road, crashing into his van. Talk about luck. I mean, the cellist was 62 years old. You're just driving along, and this big, giant bale of hay just comes out of nowhere.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Turn the stone when you come back home.
Okay.
Actually, I got a cool bit of ELO tidbit here. Well, you know the song Discovery, or the album Discovery, ELO's album Discovery, which had Shine a Little Light and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Well, they said it was a very disco sounding album, and apparently someone in the band, the guitar player, he said he called it Disco Very because Discovery says Disco Very.
Disco. Okay.
So he called it Disco
God.
Very. That was I
Disco
thought that was
Very.
hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 years ago on September 4th, Keith Richards. Here we go. Keith Richards.
Fell out of a tree.
He told the New York Daily News that rap music was for tone deaf people. He went on to say all they need is a drum beat and somebody yelling over it and they're happy. There's an enormous market for people who can't tell one note from another. That's what Keith Richards had to say.
And he's still going. He's up there with freaking Chuck Norris, that guy.
Oh, totally. And finally, I saved this one for last because this is going to bring up another topic that I think we're going to talk about tonight. In 1964, on September 5th, the Animals started a three-week run at number 1 on the singles chart with House of the Rising Sun. I don't get that at all. I do not like that song. I don't understand the appeal of that song. I don't know why people love that song. I can't stand it. That's me. I do not like it. I know people that are like, this is like the holy grail of, music from that era. I don't understand it. Am I missing something? I just don't know why that song is so freaking popular.
Yeah, we were going to talk about why certain music
makes a song quote unquote good. Now, obviously it's a matter of opinion. You either like it, you don't like it, but you have all these polls and charts and all these things that say the best song, the best guitar solo, the best this, the best that. What makes it the best? Discuss.
Well,
did they scientifically come up with an actual algorithm or a process as to what makes
and I think through what you're talking about, I think the song they said the best written song ever was by John Lennon, In My Life. In my life I love them all. They said that was the best
so
song.
how did they come up with this algorithm to do that?
I have no idea.
And what makes it now, as far as I'm concerned, if a piece of music moves you emotionally, it's good. If it makes you feel good in any way, it's done its job. You enjoy it. It has made a statement. It has somehow spoken to you. But every time I hear House of the Rising Sun, it makes me feel angry. And I'm like, I don't get it. So
I got a couple of those, as you know.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not a good song. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Here's my take on that.
Okay,
because
let's hear your take on it.
It's what I discovered. I spent some time trying to figure out why some people's photography is better than other people's photography. They're editing photography, right? Colors and stuff.
Right.
And I think certain music appeals to a certain person. Like, so your brain likes a certain type of music.
Right.
My brain likes a certain type of music, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you write a song that appeals to a majority of the population, it's going to be more popular. But if you write something, like a lot of people say they don't like Neil Young's voice. They say he can't sing. They say he can't play guitar very well either. Well, here's the thing. Here's the take on that. To me, his guitar is the kind of guitar that appeals to a personality that doesn't really want to know what's coming next. So when you listen to a Neil Young guitar solo, especially live, you almost think that he's not going to finish the solo. He's like right on the edge of losing it, but he keeps it together and gets through it. And it's like almost like a magic trick. Whereas if you turn on some of this smooth jazz, like you let some of these guitar players and piano players and performers, they play that jazz so smooth and they're so good that it almost becomes too overproduced, and you know where it's going. But people like that because they don't get stressed out over it. But some people like that. Like some of
it's
the, like
easier to
even
accept
Angus,
listening to
like
it.
when a guitar solo comes in to me. Now I know myself listening to music with Lisa, some of the music I listen to, she just does not get. Now,
Right.
in her mind, it's a crappy song
Mhm.
because she doesn't like it. So I've learned over the years to pull myself away from thinking like that. And I look at it as, listen, this song doesn't really appeal to me, but yet I get it. I
Right.
get why it's like that song you're talking,
yeah.
The House of the Rising Sun. I've listened to that. I used to play it on guitar years ago. And
Yeah.
I get it. It's a good song, but I know some people like probably just love it at the time, maybe, or whatever. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think it comes down to it's like art. Why does some
It's
apart
all
art?
subjective.
Art is
It
subjective.
is.
It's
Music
all, it's
is
all, yeah.
Food, art, music. It's
it's
all
how you it's how
interpret it, what
and
you
it
take
how it
away from
affects
it.
you too, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, music is, but it's like music today is styled based on what people are listening to. So if you're a record
Yeah.
producer today, your job is to know what number one.
Well,
yeah.
that's why there's formulas to writing music.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
Well, you
There are
can-
freaking
formulas.
country.
can
Like
just
look at
pump
country
out.
music.
It's
Country music has got to be like so. What's the word I'm looking for? So sequenced, like so. There's there's just there's a game plan to it.
right.
It's so,
exactly.
especially the big stuff, and I guess pop music is too. Pop music would
Well,
be
yeah,
too.
I
If
mean,
you're
pop music,
if
yeah,
you're
all that- all that.
Mariah Carey,
Yeah.
if someone came to you and said you're a producer, and we're gonna get you to work on a Mariah Carey album, your
Mhm.
homework would be to what is gonna fit in right now and be huge for what can we do with Mariah Carey to create an album. We need some songs. Okay, let's look through a library. Who we got? Mariah, do you like this song? We picked this song out for you. We think it's really good. Blah blah blah. This is gonna be a big hit. What do you want? Do you
Right.
think it? We've researched it. We know what you sing in. We know your register. This is for you. That's how they do a lot of that music.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
in the day when Led Zeppelin and stuff was not doing that. They didn't have that type of background. They had like,
No.
hey, here's a good song. Let's rip this off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
It's
Well,
a
they
good
were
blues song.
successfully sued. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
so I think that's I think music wise, I think
Nowadays, and even a while ago, it even goes a step further. I mean, when a song is recorded and mixed, when you're mastering it, you make it sound a specific way too. You want it to sound how music is sounding as a whole today, because that's what people are used to listening to. If you master a song and you make it sound like, say, something that was recorded 30 years ago, it's going to have no appeal to anybody today. If you
No.
listen to 80s music, it sounds like 80s music. That was the sound of the time. I mean, it had that more high-end stuff.
but it's like
that,
movies, all the special effects and stuff like that. You
Exactly.
watch an old
Yeah.
movie, even the
and
humor
movies
changes
are
and it
edited
evolves
in a certain way
technology.
now, and they have all the computer-generated
Exactly.
effects now, and they're faster moving and faster paced. Now, I have a bit here that I had saved now. There was a study from 2008 of more than 36,000 people from around the world. And this study concluded that musical tastes and personality types were closely related, which is exactly what you just said, Mark. The research, which was carried out by a professor at, where is it here? Professor Adrian North of Heriot Watt University in the UK, suggested that classical music fans were shy, while heavy metal fans were gentle and at ease with themselves. Fans of indie music had low self-esteem and were not hardworking people. Fans of rap music had high self-esteem and were outgoing. Country and Western fans were hardworking and outgoing. Reggae fans were creative but not hardworking. And fans of chart pop had high self-esteem, were not creative, but were also hardworking and outgoing. How they came to all these conclusions, I really don't know, but I agree with what you said, that, your personality and the way type of person you are is going to reflect the type of music you like as well.
But I think they're all age related too. A lot of that
A lot
stuff
of it is age related,
Age
yeah.
related and where you're living. Like
Mhm.
they're talking about people listening to reggae. Well, most people listen to reggae are in the islands, and what you just said there kind of represents island life. So
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Kids listen to metal. I mean, there's a few seniors out there like us maybe listen to some metal. Well, what's metal today? Frickin' didn't they call Van Halen metal? Isn't what's metal?
Well, I know that's a whole.
Did you ever
other
hear
topic.
how they came up with heavy metal? Did you ever hear how the term heavy metal came about? I don't know. You might know
Is that
this.
a reporter?
A reporter said
Yes.
he described Jimi Hendrix music as heavy
Yes.
metal falling
Heavy
from
metal.
the sky. And so he was really the first heavy metal, technically. But remember when the Grammys would have best... And now the heavy metal album of the year goes to Van
Jethro
Halen.
Tull.
Oh, Jethro
Van Halen,
Tull.
yeah, Jethro Tull, yeah.
beat out Metallica.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
Yeah.
Some guy playing the flute, heavy metal.
Beat out, Kirk Hammett. And
You know what? There's Jethro Tull. I never got into it. I listened to it, but I bet I could get into it, but I just never did. You know,
Right.
I got into Pink Floyd a little later in my teens than in my early teens. I was listening to other stuff related, but then I dug it, and that's probably the one band, them and Genesis, that I'm really bounced back and forth to nowadays. If I want to dig into something that I really got into when I was younger. Yeah, and Supertramp, I guess. But yeah, I think it's like art too. I think it all kind of rolls around together, for
Completely.
sure.
Yeah.
So what's
But
the
I
plot?
think with music, people seem to be more passionate about, like you
yeah.
said, art and food, and it's all subjective of what you like. But with music, it's subjective, but you gravitate to it and you hold on to it. It becomes yours, as opposed, and you almost
Right.
fight someone.
Well, think about
disagree.
think about
personal.
what is like the best song you've heard recently in the last 2 years, like a really good song.
Like a newer song.
A newer song, a newer written
new-
song, not
the
one
last
that was
couple years.
copied. Like a really good song, like a quality song. Like when you hear the Beatles, like the Beatles put out "Strawberry Fields Forever," that just came to my mind. But that song, that was a good song. But what song today? Like there's so many great songs in the past, but what's in the last 2 years? What can you think of a great song that's come out?
But that's the thing. There's so much music now that we have
But
access
But
to.
but why isn't it good? Why isn't it jumping out at us? Why isn't it not jumping out? Is it because we're older and we're not digging it? But their songs don't stick. What's the best song in the last 10 years? Why is there no classics in the last 10 years? When we had like songs like in the 80s even, there were songs like frickin' Jump by Van Halen just comes to mind. Like those songs were solid and they're solid still today. What was solid from like the only one I can think that I really dug this year was a Lady Gaga song from that movie, and it was not.
Oh yeah, that one.
The one.
That
What's
song
it
from
called?
that movie.
I always get the title mixed up, but it's the one where did you guys see the movie when they redid The Star Is Born?
Yeah.
Where she's playing the piano. She comes out on the stage for the first time, and she plays a
I didn't
song on
see
the
it,
piano. Freaking great song, well written. It was well recorded and everything with the crowd and everything because it was kind of like live. But I thought it was one of the better songs written these days, and I think she wrote it with somebody else. But other than that, I can't think of anything. So I could be missing something.
I think you're pissing off a whole lot of guests we've had on our show.
No, but I'm not talking. No. This is not. No, but I'm talking about.
I get it. I know what you're saying.
I have favorite songs. Listen, I have favorite songs, but I'm talking
Of
about.
course. Yeah.
I'm talking about like in the
You're talking in
public,
general,
like
like
going
as a-
out,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like
I get it.
obviously, like freaking. I'm listening to
But
to
again, there's
independent
so
albums
much-
all the
there's
time.
so much out there. When we were younger, you were very limited as to where you were getting the music from, how you were,
Right.
you either getting very limited on the radio, but you heard a lot of it, or
Right.
you'd get records and sit in your friend's basement,
Yeah.
playing the hell out of it. Now, again, I could go online right now and find a radio station in, wherever the hell I want in the world. There's just so much,
it's
and
unlimited.
to your
Yeah.
point, Mark, it doesn't. I don't think it sticks because, again,
Does it
you're
take
not-
something to make it? Does it take more than just a good song to be a good song? Like magic. When I say magic, I mean the 70s, the 60s and the 70s was a special time in music. It's a much more special time than now because these people were creating for the first time. It's like when Jimi Hendrix played his guitar and the guy said it sounded like heavy metal falling from the sky because no one had listened to that kind of music before.
Right.
It was new. So then it opened the doors to creativity. But right now, is there room for creativity in today's saturated market? Like, where do you go with it? And when you do, like, I have albums that I bought this year off independent artists, like you're talking about people. And listen, one of my favorite records right now is The Ridge by Julian Taylor. And it's going to sound biased, but I was there when he recorded it. I heard it. But I did. I was there. But Lisa vouched, like, we sit and listen to that album, and it's just freaking amazing what this guy did. The quality of it, the songwriting, and I'm thinking, I mean, give him credit. The songs on the album, he's only got 800,000 streams. So it is getting heard. But again, he doesn't have the people behind him that these big record companies have today. So if he had somebody that was putting $1 million behind it, you would hear it on all the stations, and then you would have that hit because it's good enough to be a hit.
Even artists who do have that, radio support, they're not huge, well-known names. Like it's. I think it's changed. I think the industry has changed so much, that again, until you have something that's so different or unique, that a lot of, like, listen to what the stuff they're singing about, what the, a lot of it's just what do I say?
Crap.
It's in my opinion, it's fluff. There's no substance to it. Whereas, whether it's a Brandy Carlisle or a Julian Taylor, there's substance to the song, right?
There's some depth to it.
I think just now some of this stuff out there, and again, I'm showing my age, but a lot of the younger generation. What's that quote here?
Wade says musicians of today are limited. All the greats have been done, and people of today are afraid to have something in a song they might get sued for. Well, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
I can see that.
I kind of disagree with that in a bit because, like I said, I'm listening to a lot of independent music.
Yeah.
And there's a song, we had a girl on our show, Andrea Molo. She wrote a song, One Letter, which is, she sings in Italian, and it is freaking awesome. Like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. And, but again, I mean, I'd put it up to some of the greatest songs I've ever heard because I think it's beautiful, but so well recorded too, and probably on a small budget, but amazingly done. But again, the saturation, I think, is the fact that these songs just can't find their way to the top. So maybe there is a lot of really good songs out there. Maybe there's too many good songs out there that they can't get up to the top because at the top there's all the stuffing that's got the money.
Yeah, and a lot of things are getting lost in the shuffle because there is so much out there, so much selection. And I also feel a lot of the music today doesn't have that lasting power to it. That, nothing's going to stay around. Like there's not going to be a classic, I remember a couple of years ago there was that friggin' Imagine Dragons song. Thunder, lightning, and like, oh Jesus, Murphy, that song, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song. Where is it now? I never hear it now, and I thank God for that because personally I couldn't. That song drove me nuts. I thought it drove me nuts also because I couldn't go anywhere without hearing it, and I'm just like, for God's sake. But I don't even remember when it came out, but I haven't heard it in. It just disappeared.
It's up there with Achy Break Your Heart. Is that what you're saying? There's a freaking, that song. I was telling Lisa this the other day. That song was written by a guy. I can't remember his name. I think his name was Michael. Jesus, if I get this right, I'm going to Google after. Michael White. And he was a painter. And he painted houses, house painter. And his first royalty check was $600,000.
Nice.
Jesus.
From Achy Breaky Heart.
Now, I got to tell you, a few months ago, me and Joseph, my son Joseph, who's 12 years old, we were watching a movie, Don't ask me what movie. I can't remember what it. And it had what's his name, Billy Ray Cyrus in it. Terrible actor. He was horrible. And so I said to Joseph, this guy had probably the biggest song in the world back in the day. And he's like, well, what song is it? And I said, Achy Breaky Heart. And he goes, the hell is that? And so I Googled it and I found the video. I showed Joseph the video and he looked me straight in the eye and he said, this is a joke, right? No word of a lie. He thought this was like a joke, a spoof, like not even a real thing. I said, no, Joseph. I said, this song was so friggin' popular. It was everywhere.
Oh,
and
man.
we're doing that, the dance.
You could line dance to it. That's why.
Insane, this song. And he thought it was a joke. He thought I was kidding and it was made up. No. So what was the point of that story? I don't even know anymore.
But it's 2 chords. You can play it. Anyone could play it.
Well,
2
and
chords.
yeah, I think a lot of bands did play it, a lot of bar bands, and I think everybody was playing
I fucking played it.
song.
And I got paid.
Really?
I got paid to play it when we had our little country band way
You're
back
kidding
when.
me.
I did. I sang it. I was the Billy Ray Cyrus of our band.
Well, did you have the hair for it back then?
Listen, when someone says country music is really big right now, we should start a band, and they're going to pay you $300 to $500 to play. You'll learn as many chord songs as you can to get by.
Yeah, well,
But that's what everyone did. That's why they were so. That's what rock bands did. They became crossover bands and became country bands, right? Like
a lot of
like
musicians.
1 minute they're playing Leonard Skinner and they switch over because they can still sneak into Leonard Skinner.
Yep.
Same with Christian rock. When Christian rock broke, all the rock bands went over there because they figured, oh, there's an empty market. Let's dive in. Woo! And they all became freaking.
But there are a lot of musicians who try to make it in rock and pop. They end up in country. There's a reason for it. There's a market for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Why? I don't know. I don't understand it.
Well,
I really don't.
It's
To me,
America.
a lot
America.
of it is the same. You know, it's the
America.
formula.
It's pop.
It's exactly
It's
like
now.
pop.
Like, listen, the young lad who works with me, he listens to country music and he listens to the. There's a go
Lights
power.
out.
Now it's really getting spooky, but he listens to country music, and I'm listening to it. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking, this is like pop music. What
It
they've
is
done,
pop music.
it is pop music now. They've switched it. They've stuck the pop right in there now, so
It
you
is.
got that pop influence in there.
Yeah,
And
it's the same.
A little
but
twang
you-
in and
Yeah,
but
you
there
have
was
a little
some really
twang and
back
you
in the day. There was some really good country music. Like, you go back to Willie Nelson.
old school
Frickin'
country
hell,
music.
that
There's
was
some
great.
fantastic stuff.
and
yeah,
serious
yeah.
players.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Serious players.
Yeah,
Serious
that's
guitar
going
players
pretty
and
far back. Yeah. Oh no, there's some great stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, I
Yep.
got. You said Sirius, and I thought of Sirius FM here. Do you guys listen to Sirius FM? Do you guys listen to Sirius FM at all?
I don't.
Have
I've had
you?
it free in the car for like 3 months.
I
so.
think it is the biggest piece of shit. It is. I think there's a frequency in there that just does not get along with my brain.
Mhm.
Like, if you listen to it, I find, like, so the other day I was listening to a Rob Lowe Joe Rogan podcast, and Rob Lowe, I think it was Rob Lowe. Yeah, he said, "Oh, have you heard of frickin' Yacht Rock?" Yacht Rock would be like the Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald, stuff you'd listen to while you're on your big frickin' yacht, which I don't
Oh
have.
yeah, of course. I have a playlist.
And so anyways, I thought, so I just recently got a new truck. So I thought, well, I still have that Sirius FM for free because they've called 3 times asking me if I want to sign up.
Yep.
And I'm driving along and I thought, I'll put this I'll go to Sirius FM, and I put it on and I listened to it. And then the next day, all of a sudden, it's like I'm listening to the same songs again.
Right.
I say they had about 50 songs in the list. It was terrible. And it sounds so tinny and crappy, and I don't know. I can't listen to it.
I find that with a lot of just mainstream radio, though.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of show
Oh,
over and over.
and those
It's like, oh,
those
God.
DJs, like frickin' those guys on the radio, like Q107, that Derringer guy, give it up. Bring someone else in. That's why I know why they switch them up, because after a while, these guys, I mean,
Yeah.
look
I
at
know.
us after 12 weeks. Holy shit.
It's time to switch it up.
We didn't even get the potluck. We did a whole freaking. It was potluck, but well, we did say we were going to talk about this before. It's a good topic.
We got 5 minutes left. We got a good 5 minutes. If anybody wants anything heated up.
Potluck. Oh, wait. Wade's diving in here. Dave's.
Okay.
Wait, Dave's.
Okay.
Just like some Avril stuff and Taylor Swift stuff sounds like. Oh, maybe that question was. Oh, I see. Very.
Okay.
Yeah. Avril stuff like Avril Lavigne.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Wow, Australia. Avril Lavigne. That was pretty good though. Avril Lavigne, wasn't it good? Was that good music? What was her big hit?
I didn't really get into her
just
stuff too much. I didn't.
Didn't she have a song called "Complicated"? You know who was a good? Speaking of that,
Yes.
song, you know the song "So Complicated" by I think she falls into the country singer. She was a songwriter, but she ended up putting out an album. Carolyn Dawn Johnson. You know Carolyn Dawn Johnson?
Yep.
Right.
Freaking
yeah.
incredible singer-songwriter and a beautiful album. She has some beautiful stuff. I think she just writes country songs now mostly. But again, yeah. But there's people that go to Nashville to try and write songs. But again, writing a song to get famous is like talk about chasing a pipe dream.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, yeah, I don't know. What were we going to talk about now? So what do we got going on? So next Monday.
Oh yeah, what's happening?
Next Monday,
what's coming up?
we're going on our first road trip. We're gonna go out and we're not gonna do our show live, but we're gonna record some stuff on Monday. We're going axe throwing.
Oh
That's
God.
The 14th, right?
Yeah, let's go with the 14th.
Yeah,
check
the
the old
14th.
calendar.
Monday,
here. So
the
this
14th.
might be Monday the 14th. This might be the last time you see some of us here.
Now,
the axe throwing. all goes well.
no practicing.
No.
Oh God, no.
Don't go out and start buying axes and stuff and practice in your basement and get really good.
Now, does the Axe body spray count?
Oh,
I think we should all
okay.
lava up in Axe body spray. We should go in there
Okay.
smelling like
Oh,
axes.
Jesus. Smelling like a 19-year-old
We
kid.
should
Perfect.
just
Perfect.
We should
Okay.
all have
No, I'm-
names.
I'm looking
We should all
forward to
have
this.
names. Like, what is there
Dusty
any?
Bottom.
Was there any movies? Was there any movies where someone like there's Chainsaw Massacre? Was there anything where they killed people with axes? What about the guy with the hockey mask? Did he use an axe?
I'm sure he did at some
Oh,
point.
The Shining.
He did.
Yeah,
The
I
Shining.
think
Shining.
he went the
There you
other
go.
way, and I
There
was
you go.
thinking like the Three Amigos.
Oh. See, that's you, Tim. You're so gentle and soft. I'm freaking going for the neck. I'm going for the juggler. So
Yeah, I don't know. Jack
we
Torrance.
can have we should do this would have been good on Halloween. Oh, wait to our Halloween show. What day's
Well,
Halloween?
Halloween is
Sunday, yeah.
Saturday.
It's the 31st.
Here.
Saturday.
Saturday or
Listen, we have
Saturday.
I have taken the efforts to get a costume designer and asked them for what they think we should do.
I can't read
Where
it.
your
Plaid
Plaid
shirts.
shirts.
I have
for the like a lumberjack.
I'm gonna wear my
Lumberjack.
red plaid lumberjack
Okay.
shirt.
I don't have a plaid shirt. I'm sorry. I don't have a lumber jacket. I'll dress up as Jack Torrance from The Shining. How about
There you go. You go as Jack. I'll go as Paul Bunyan.
I'm still going as the Three Amigos.
that? Tim's
Three
the Three
Amigos.
Amigos.
You bring your
Martin
amigos.
Short.
Yeah, I like
Or Steve
that.
Martin.
So that's Monday. That's Monday, and then on the show we're gonna bring Gord on the show, which is the owner of Stoic, where we're going. It's
Where we're all gonna die.
I think it's called Clarington Game Center, but it's where they have Joey's World. They have rock climbing. We could climb rocks there.
Oh, frickin'
Wait, can we climb the rocks and throw the axes from the top of the rocks?
I'd do that.
That would be fun.
We'll climb up and see if Tim can catch it in his teeth. Like we'll climb.
That would
We
be-
could try climbing. I don't know if I could climb. Tim can't climb. He's got a sore back.
Oh, he has back.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
just go with it, Tim.
Why don't we take a kiddie pool in there and do cliff jumping? I'll just edit it. You jump and I'll make a big splash in the pool, so we can get rid of all the red.
We're going to bring Joseph on Monday.
All
and
right.
hopefully I'm not going to accidentally throw an axe to his head.
Oh, they can't say that on live on air.
No, of course not. But he's going to help us film this event.
Yeah, he
because
is.
I think this is going to be quite fun.
epic. Epic. This is going to be
It'll
epic.
I'm a
This
little
is
nervous,
gonna.
but
I
looking forward
think we're gonna be taking over Elaine soon, after she's been kicked off. The Elaine show is gone, so I think we're the next replacement for. Is
Are
it
you talking about
Ellen?
Ellen?
Oh fuck! What did I say?
I didn't
Elaine.
know what he was
Elaine.
talking
It was
about.
Seinfeld.
Elaine.
So did I. It's like,
Elaine.
what show is
That's the
Julia Louis
dyslexic.
Dreyfus? Is
That's
what
I
is-
had another dyslexic moment there. Actually, it's not dyslexic. I just threw a whole bunch of letters in, but I had some of them right. I had
Made
some
it
of
up.
them right. Elaine, Ellen.
Poor Elaine.
I'm terrible with
Ellen,
names.
Elaine. Ellen.
I think I told this
Whatever.
story on here. We were talking about getting names wrong. We had a kid playing on our soccer team named Kyle. And oh yeah, Wade just says Wade's having his coffee. This is the morning in Australia. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
so we could be the morning show in Australia on their
yeah,
national
perfect.
TV.
Yeah, we'll
So-
wake up.
So, so I was thinking, yeah, Ellen. Oh, so here you go. No pun intended. Ellen, half the producers are axed. This is tying into our show. I think there's going to be a big movement. We're gonna
Okay.
actually
Well, we're on our way.
maybe I should go when I'm in Home Depot. I should pick up an axe next week, and we could just give it out to somebody. We could all sign it with our blood. No, you can't do that with
Our
COVID
blood.
anymore.
Yeah,
You can't
okay.
do that.
Yeah, that's COVID safe.
Where was I? I was listening to Joe Rogan and Duncan. What's his name? What's his last name? Duncan Trussell. Trussell? Is it?
Duncan Hay is the only.
No,
Duncan.
Duncan Trussell.
Duncan Keith.
Duncan Trussell.
Oh, Duncan Keith. Yeah,
and,
there's
Dun-
another one.
and they did a 5.5-hour podcast, and he said to Joe Rogan at the end, he goes, "Hey man, we've been friends for like ever. Why don't we take a knife and why don't we cut ourselves and do our thing?" And Joe's like, "No."
What the hell?
The way he said it was like,
Well,
"No."
You know that old
It was
blood,
like-
blood brother thing.
Not with COVID going on, buddy.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Blood Brothers, but he's a
That's
pretty
a
funny
good
guy.
idea.
He has a really
Like-
good show on Netflix. I think it's Duncan Trussell. But
brother.
so what the hell was I talking about? The axe, yeah, the axe throwing. So
The
we're gonna
axe,
do
the
the
axe
throwing.
throwing, yeah, and then
So we're gonna take over Ellen's
Gord-
show.
Gord
we're gonna take
is his
over
name?
and Gord, yeah,
Yeah.
Gord Gill,
Gord will be
the
on,
owner.
yeah.
So and they have all. So we're gonna talk to him, and we're gonna. He's a
Show our
riot. He's
footage
a
of
riot.
us being decapitated, etc.
I've got a battery of 7 on my laptop right now. For some reason,
All right.
it can't keep up. We're still good, but it just
We're
can't.
good. Okay. All right.
We're good for.
And
like-
then on the 22nd, we have Jessica Pearson and the East Wind are back.
right.
They have some music coming out, so they're
New
going to join
album.
us again.
So we're going to promote that new album coming out, and they have I think they're having a live release, online release, right? So we're going to plug that for them.
Yeah. And then coming up in October, I think on the 6th, if he's still alive, we're going to have my son Joseph on to talk about how things are in the classroom.
Yeah, classroom. Yeah, we're going to find out what it's like from the real
it's like.
source. That's the thing. When we don't mess around, we go right to the source. We actually get people that are in the environment that
That's
we
right.
Source
want to
the
talk
source.
about. We source. We
right.
go right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Right in there. And I know he's
Exactly.
looking forward to it.
Yeah,
And,
that's we do
He's
our
hoping
research.
for some time off.
Yeah, well, he gets to stay up late that night. Gets to stay up
Totally.
till 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Well, he's usually up till 10
Oh,
o'clock anyway.
it's 12 o'clock.
Bugger.
14 hours? Is 12 o'clock in Australia? They're 14 hours?
Is it really? Is it noon? Noon now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow,
Holy
you
cow.
can be that far ahead, eh?
Crazy.
What's the furthest you can be ahead? I thought it was only 12 hours. Can you
Apparently
be
not.
further than that?
I don't know. That's
not-
probably as far ahead
Fuck.
as you can get.
Man, I think all these other people that have these shows have people Googling shit for them all the time because we don't have that. We're dumb fucks.
No, we're not Google. What the hell is Google? We don't want to look smart.
Oh, I like making it
We'll
up.
bring up the topics. You can Google it
You
at
ever,
home.
you
How
ever
about
watch
that?
it? It's
You
funny.
do our work. There are
I listen to podcasts sometimes, and they're just talking about stuff, and then they think they've got it right. You know, there's something they don't, and they keep going on about it. And they keep coming back to it. Yep, Wade said it's noon on. Well, I do a lot of chatting and video chatting with Uganda, and it's 7 hours.
So, okay.
So Sebastiano, who I talk to, he usually messages me because he knows I get home around 4 or 5. So it's like usually 5 o'clock, sometimes
Okay.
5:30, which is like 12:30 there.
Right.
But
Wow.
but today they had big storms, so he messaged me tonight, and I'm looking at the phone and I don't see anything, but his camera's on. It's just pitch black, no power. They're in a blackout.
Oh,
A blackout. I mean, some of the houses don't have power anyways, but he has power in his house.
right.
But he says, yeah. So I said to him, I said, oh, you're gonna have to get the candles out. And he goes, well, I have candles. I just don't know where they are.
Oh boy.
Oh, look, we got the whole time. The current time in Wellington,
that.
New Zealand. I keep thinking Australia down there, but it's New Zealand. There we go. That's the correct
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Wednesday,
So it must be-
September 9th. Already.
So it must be 10:05 here, which it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Good
look at
stuff,
that.
Wade. Yeah,
That's cool.
I you know what's great about talking to people, being my age and talking to people around the world, like in these systems, like just having a conversation with someone there, like messaging in from New Zealand, because
Mhm.
I never grew up with that. I still get such a kick out of it.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
amazing.
I mean,
It's amazing, right?
the kids probably don't even think nothing of it. Like
No,
they're playing a
not at all.
game and they're playing kids all around the world.
all over
But
the
for
world. yeah.
me, I think that's one of the greatest things about being caught in the growth of technology we have, because
Mhm.
I've been through it, like from right when like we had albums, records, singles, and then we had the cassettes and all that stuff, right up to now, and it keeps going and going, and it's like, yeah, technology is amazing. What a time to be
Yeah.
alive.
You remember
So-
if you wanted to talk to somebody on another part of the world, you had to write a letter,
Leather.
right?
Yeah, you would.
Either
Yeah,
on with a
yeah, because you
typewriter
couldn't
or you
call
had to
and then
handwrite
you
it.
could. In the 70s, I think we could call, but it was very expensive.
It was expensive, yeah.
We would pay, and then they brought in like you could talk for a minute, really cheap, or you could talk at certain times.
Right. Yeah,
My
that's
mom,
right.
my
yeah.
parents would call back to England and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I remember my mother doing that when I was a kid, talking to, relatives
Yeah.
wherever, and it was I have to wait till 9 o'clock before I can call.
And
or
now
whatever
you
time
can
it was.
video chat someone live
Yep,
for free
yep.
on WhatsApp.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
That's
There
it.
you have it. There's our update. Great show as always. Thank you, gentlemen.
Alrighty.
It's been a blast.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody, for tuning in. And pen pals. Kelly says pen pals. That's right. They were
Pen pals. That's right. Pen
Yeah.
pals. Awesome.
Or they
Oh.
were, what's the word I'm looking for? Russian. What are they? Russian brides? No. What are they called? Mail-in brides. Well, they mail order brides. Mail order brides.
Yeah. See, the internet has ruined that too.
Did you ever see that documentary on Netflix where it showed these guys that were actually falling in love with these online women, and they looked into what was happening, and they were getting scammed, but some of these guys thought it was really real.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Yep. Crazy.
Oh wait. Oh, so Wade is from Rouge Valley, eh? Wade is from Wade.
Yeah. He's a Scarborough guy. We went to high school together.
All right. Yeah, I think you mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now he's on the other side of the world.
The mail
Craziness.
order bride. We'll do that.
That's how he ended up there.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Hey, it's worked. 35 years. Happy marriage. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
All right, everybody.
Take care.